Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. Um, Now, this might have something to do with morals, and it does. There's a little bit of it sometimes, but what it is when you're doing things, uh, make sure you're doing it for the right reason. Um, the reason is if somebody talks you into doing something, that's not really the right reason. I mean, it works the same thing if you're getting a relationship, a boy or girl, or two buddies, and if I'm trying to convince you to do something, uh, and you say yes, I'm going to do it, or no, you're not going to do it, and you have to evaluate the reason why it's a yes or the reason why it's a no. Uh, so, a lot of times I've gone in business. I think this is what President Trump is doing, because he talks to people that he doesn't really agree with, people that don't really like him and stuff like that. But he needs something that they have. They got some kind of abilities, connections. They have something, and he needs it, and so he wants to work with them. And so, even though he doesn't like them, and they might have been talking bad about him in the campaigns and stuff, but he still knows to get the big goals. He has to do this type of stuff. And I think he's been able to convince these other people the same thing. We didn't get along so much before, but hey, can you go with me on the goal of making America great again? So, and if you are really, truly sincere about wanting to do good for our nation, Trump or not, who cares? I mean, the idea is it's the nation, not Trump personally. What you think of him personally doesn't make any difference. And I think that's what he does. And I do the same thing even in business. When I do business with people, I'm not looking for a friend. Sometimes I'm not looking for a friend. Sometimes I just, somebody's in a business and they're doing this business, and or they think they can do this business, and if I really think they can do it, if we can share the same goals of making this business prosper, and I think I mean, my likes or dislikes on him, it won't make that much difference. Now, for me, still, like I said, talked about the moral. I have to put a little bit of moral judgment in this person. If the person, I'll tell you one thing, if the person is not a moral person, I guarantee I won't have anything to do with him. I mean, because in life, if he has no morals, he's not going to have any morals in business. But that's not a big thing unless they're completely lack of morals. But if they're just different than mine, hey, no big deal. We'll just see what we can do. When you and the thing is, we go through stages in our life. I've talked about that, our ages and stuff like that. A lot of people, and they do things in their 20s and 30s. Get in the way of business or big accomplishments. They do it like that. Like I say, you see it down here. You see 20s, maybe 30 years old, with their backpacks, and they're traveling through Central America, no money, no idea where they're at. Now I don't know the reason for doing that kind of stuff. Now I do it, but I don't do it like they do it. I mean, I'm not completely lost. I get lost, but physically I am lost. But my goals is I want to see things, I want to learn things, I want to experience things. And you get all those kind of things when you are in areas you're not familiar with. So, and like I say, I'm able to improve my skills, not so much traveling skills. Like I say, I've traveled enough that the travel skills aren't what I look to improve. a lot of it is personal skills with people, my people skills, yeah. Trying to learn to get along and get things done with people. Because, and I mentioned it before, when you travel, you are at the mercy of everyone around you. And so it's, when you sit at home, you got total control over your life. When you get out, you have no control over your life. And that's why any little problem is going to turn into a big problem really quick. So that comes in with the travel skills. But with my working on people skills, that helps me avoid problems, big, small, or whatever, if I can make my people skills really work out good. So, and that's the reason why I'm doing this stuff. So, and then, like I say, when you take a trip to whatever on a cruise ship, the reason you're going, I guess, would be relaxation and I don't know, but you're not going to see too much other than the cruise ship, and wherever you go, you're going to go to some place that's protected, and they'll take care of you wherever you go. So you're not going to do too much on travel skills. You're not going to learn travel skills. You're not learning on people skills. You're not really learning a whole lot of stuff. So I don't know what your reason would be for doing that kind of stuff. One of these days I may go, but the reason would be is because people talk about it, and I've never gone on a cruise. I thought about doing Hoi Chi on a cruise ship. Now the only reason I haven't, it's a 6 month. You sign up for 6 months, so I'll be working on a cruise ship for 6 months, and I've heard a little bit about working on a cruise ship. I mean, it's tough work, but like I say, I'm going to be doing my Hoi Chi, so I'll be doing a little bit separate than if you were a hand working on the ship, either in the kitchen or cleaning and stuff like that. Those people work hard, and like I say, they get them from all over the world. That's why I thought that'd be kind of a cool thing. The only thing is the 6 months of knowing I'm going to be there doesn't excite me too much. Because you see, my life changes a lot in a short period of time. So, like I say, I signed up for the Marines for 2 years, and I got out in a year and a half. That was too long. so my commitment was too long in a year and a half. So I don't know what the right commitment is, except for with what do you call it? A woman, a companion. It'll be a lifetime commitment, and the reason would be the same thing as a companion, someone to stay with forever, So, and now I'm older and wiser. I know I don't want to fight you over your kids. So that's why that's why the 20-year-olds when I'm out with 20-year-olds, that's not a good thing for me, because I know I'm going to have to deal with the kids somewhere down the line. So I would much rather wait till the kids grown up and gone out, and then it's your life and my life. We can put our lives together and we can have a lot of fun. So you see the reasoning that I'm using on this stuff. So anytime you do anything, I try to have more than one or two reasons for doing it. I like to have a lot of different reasons. So no matter if I get in it for a short period of time or a long period of time, I know I'm going to get a lot out of it. So think about it. There's a reason for what you do. Don't they ask you well, why'd you do that? Well, my friends did. What kind of a reason is that? I don't know if they tell you, but they told me, well, if your friends went up and jumped off from the lake, would you go jump in the lake? You know what I mean? That's not a reason. You know what I mean? So think about it for yourself. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.